Now I'm gonna show you how the guitar works within the rhythm section. So what I play and my role within the rhythm section will vary depending on the style and also depending on the specific song. But for example, if I'm playing a pop song, most of the times I will be strumming the chord progression. This might be done with the pick or with the bare hand. For example, if I have a chord progression. I can play that same chord progression, but maybe I will be arpeggiating the chords. If I'm playing a heavier style like rock, for example, I can use those same chords, but depending on the song, I could also play the power chords, and I can play that same progression using power chords too, in a more rock-oriented style, for example. If I'm playing in a swing context in the jazz realm, it's gonna be more interactive. What I play will depend a lot on what the others are playing, and more specifically on what the soloist is doing also. If there is a singer singing the melody, or if there is someone improvising, then it's gonna depend a lot on that, what I play. But also, something really important is that when I'm in a rhythm section, there's usually a piano player too. So if there's a piano player, will be the bigger thing that will change what I have to play. If there's a piano player, there's reality about it, and it's that they have 10 fingers that they can use, and I only have 4. So automatically, they will have the ability to play a lot more notes that I will be able to play. So their instrument will sound bigger than mine can. So you always have to be listening to what the piano player is doing. Sometimes we even talk and say, okay, you're gonna play the bigger chords, and I'm gonna play smaller chords and more like rhythm stuff. So if there's a piano player, usually in a jazz context, in swing, then the guitar player will be doing something like keeping time, like the great guitarist Freddie Green did in the Duke Ellington Orchestra for many years. Something like... There I'm playing only 3-note chords, so I don't sound too big, and I don't clash with what the piano player is playing. And I'm keeping the time, I'm trying to swing the quarter note, and I'm just mainly just outlining the main harmony and keeping the time, and trying to put the swing together. If the piano player is playing something different, then maybe I can be the main instrument comping, and then I can play more. I can play more open, more rhythms. I can add more notes to the chord, and because I won't be clashing with what the piano player is playing. A lot of the times, if I'm listening and I feel that all the harmonic space is filled by what the piano player is playing, sometimes I just lay out and I don't play anything, because I feel that if I play something, it won't really necessarily fit the environment at that time or add anything to the music, so then I just decide to not play, and that can also happen.
So now we're going to combine some of the playing techniques you saw, and you can see how a guitarist will work with a vocalist. I see the crystal raindrops fall on the window down the hall, and it becomes the morning dew to make those rainbows in my mind. When I think of you sometime, I wanna spend my time with you, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us, you and I, just the two of us, building castles way up high, just the two of us, you and I. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us, you and I. Oh, just the two of us, building castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I.
So in the beginning, I started using the arpeggiation technique just as an intro because it sounds softer and more open. Then when Ashlee started singing, I started combining the arpeggiation technique with the strumming technique. When you strum, because there's multiple notes sounding at the same time, then it's gonna sound louder. So I started adding a little bit of strumming, so the music started sounding a little louder. And then as it kept going, after a couple choruses, I started playing full strumming, so it sounded the loudest in the chorus. Then in the solo, I was trying to hear what she was singing, and I was trying to accentuate the notes that she was accentuating. And I was also trying to keep the time moving forward. And when I was improvising, then I started combining some of the techniques that we saw earlier, like using the pick to play single notes and play some chords sometimes. So I was trying to follow the harmony while I was doing it. So I played a couple notes and then fell to the next chord.